Hello, welcome back to, I think this is part six or part five. I'm not sure at this point anymore of my MegaMek and Battletech tutorial. In this one, well, the last one, we covered weapon arcs, we covered physical attacks, we covered heat, and we covered some movement as well. In this one, we're going to cover probably, or we're definitely going to cover piloting roles, and who knows what else. We'll see what pops up in this particular thing. So, in the last in the last exchange of weapons, I did what's called an alpha strike. That's where you fire all available weapons and you hit with all available weapons. The enemy, he fired his autocannon 10. He did 10 damage to my center torso. You can, oops, you can click. I thought it would pop. Oh, yeah, maybe it did pop up. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, so it does, it changes your panel. So you'll see the difference between me, where I took the hit to the center torso. I used to have 18 armor, now I have 8. And you'll see him. He used to have 18 armor. Now he has 8. He took a hit to the left torso. The left and right torsos are always balanced. Same for the legs. They'll be symmetrical. So you can see that he took a total of 5 damage to the leg, 5 damage to the torso, and 6 damage to the arm. Did both of my LRM salvos hit the same arm? Probably. Or, not really sure. I figured it out. All right. Getting ahead of myself. Anyhow, you basically click on that and look at the weapons panels as you go. And you can see that I managed to hit him with all of my weapons, and he did a 12 with my long range missiles because it's point blank. And I hit roll a 12. And what happens is, depending on the size of the missile launcher, it'll roll on a chart. There's a chart. Basically, everything is chart based, like where you hit, where you get hits, how many missiles hit in each salvo, things like that. So out of my 10, 6 long range missiles hit. Now, what long range missiles do, they do 1 damage apiece. So you would figure it'd do 6 damage, right? But it only did 5 here. Why is that? Well, the missiles are divided up into clusters of 5 missiles each. So if I happen to hit with all 10 of my missiles, I'd hit them with 2 clusters of 5. If I hit them with 9, I'd hit them with a 5 and a 4. In this case, I hit them with a 5 and a 1. And then each of those locations are rolled separately. So in this case, he got hit in the left torso for 5, he got hit in the right arm for 1, and then you can see my laser hitting the leg. Now he took 20 or more damage in 1 round. What does that mean? Your mech is being shaken around you. You have to try to stay on your feet. How do you do that? You have to roll a piloting skill check. Now, what is the piloting skill check? You check your general here, or your pilot, I guess. And it says right here, he has a gunnery of 4. That's your base number to hit with your weapons before any modifiers. And then you have a piloting of 5. That's your base number for any modifiers. Now he needed a base target of 5. He got hit for 20 plus damage, which increases it to a 6. He rolled the 5, which is just under what he needed. So base piloting 5 plus 1 for taking 20 damage. So he falls. Now when you fall, you'll fall onto a basically a facing, like your right side, your left side. You'll fall onto your rear sometimes. You'll fall straight forward. In this case, it fell onto its rear, which means he took 5 damage to his right arm. It's kind of like it's like as if you're being hit by a weapon. Hang on, I need to take a drink. It's as if you were shot by a laser or hit by a missile cluster. The damage gets distributed. In the case of falling damage, it's distributed as 5 points of damage in clusters. So, like, your mech might fall forward and take 10 damage for doing so, uh, but it won't all be in one spot. Like, it'll be some on your chest, it'll be some on your leg, etc., etc. And it's 5 damage, or 5 damage because he's a 50-ton mech. It's 1 damage per 10 tons of your mech when you fall over. Now, when he fell, imagine being in a mech that's, uh, you know, 30 meters tall, and you fall over, and this thing weighs 50 tons, you have to try to avoid taking damage inside the cockpit. He managed to avoid it. Like he maybe put his mech's arm out. Maybe that's why he took 5 damage to his right arm. Put his mech arm out and kind of caught himself. Didn't take as much damage to his cockpit or to the pilot inside. So he avoided taking any damage. If you take a piloting hit, your pilot has taken 1 hit. He then has to roll to stay conscious to avoid being knocked out. Now it's cumulative. It keeps track of how many times your pilot's been hit throughout the battle. Every time you fail a piloting check and take damage or get hit in the head, the roll to stay conscious gets harder and harder to achieve. Like the very first level, I think you just need like a 3 to stay conscious, like the very first hit. So you got to roll snake eyes to fall unconscious to get blacked out. Start taking more and more hits, and it stays harder to stay awake. Now we're going to hit done, and we're going to see that his mech is on the ground. He's prone. He's facing away from me. It's random where how you fall. So he was facing me when he got hit. He got smacked around. His mech kind of stumbled, turned around, tried to catch himself, fell onto his back, but he's prone. The only important part is he's prone and facing this direction, which means he cannot kick me, but I can kick him. And we're going to hit the kick button here. He's prone and adjacent to me, so it's a lot easier. So my base attack is a 5. It's easier to kick, so that's a -2. So normally I need a 3 to kick him. However, I ran, so it goes back up to 5. But he's prone and adjacent to me. -2 goes back down to the 3. I'll be dealing 10 damage for a kick. It's I think it's 2 damage. Yeah, it's 2 damage per 5 tons that your mech weighs. So 50 tons is, 10 damage. So we're going to hit yes. Oh boy, this is actually a perfect example. I gave him a kick. I needed a 3. I rolled a 6 using the side table. I kicked him in the head. He just took 10 damage to his head. We're going to click on him to bring up his panel. Now, what happened here? Normally, you have 9 armor on your head. So you look at my guy, he has 9 external armor. He has 3 internal structure. Essentially, this your armor absorbs all the damage, and then if it goes through, you start potentially taking critical hits on the inside. He had 9, he took 10 damage. So the armor's gone. He lost one of his structure inside the head. The pilot takes an automatic hit, and whenever you go into the internal structure, it rolls to see if a critical hit has been scored. It has scored a critical hit. It scored 1 critical hit. So it goes in to the systems in the head. It looks at all of these systems here, and you roll a die, essentially determine which one got hit. If you hit the cockpit, you just kill the pilot outright. In this case, it hit one of the 2 life supports. So he got lucky and survived it, but he's down to just 2 internal structure in his head now. If he takes 2 damage to the head, he's gone. He took another hit, well, his first hit actually, because he saved himself when he fell. So that means he needs a 3 to stay conscious. He rolled 11. He's doing good. All right. We will probably go to the last, probably like the last little tutorial for this part of the game. And I'll see you then. Thanks for sticking around.